how did we go from getting absolutely phenomenal scenes in Power Rangers like this one
I wish you could stay.
Me too. But we both know I can't. I want you to have this, Wes. Don't ever forget me.
You never could.
I should have told you this a long time ago. I love you.
I love you too. I wish I could live another 1,000 years so we could be together again.
Or how about this one from my childhood?
Right. We're all proud to fight by his side.
How touching, but he still doesn't have what it takes to defeat me.
We'll see about that. Here. Take it. What? It only seems right that you bring him in. Do it for your father. You sure? Go for it. This one's for you, Dad. SPD! Emergency!
To more recent scenes like these.
I'm so glad that Jaden has learned to let go and have fun.
You know you want to.
Or these.
Cotton candy or a day off from training can be good for you. G reminded me that keeping balance in life is important.
Yeah, Nickelodeon, please stop trying to ruin my childhood. Welcome, fellow viewers, to part 2 of the top 7 best Power Rangers seasons. For anybody who hasn't seen part 1 yet, I highly recommend watching that before watching this video. But for those of you who haven't watched it and are too lazy to watch it, I will give you a rundown of what my other choices were on the last list. Number 7 was Power Rangers Zeo. Number 6 was Power Rangers Lost Galaxy. And number 5 was Power Rangers SPD. Resume the list with number 4. Number 4. I love this show, or this season, I guess, especially growing up, but even now, it still really holds up. Part of the reason why I put it at number 4 on this list is because it actually did something new. Yeah, you have like 50 billion Power Rangers shows about animals, and cars, and nature, and dinosaurs. But no, they didn't go for the same old crap that they usually do. No, instead they tried something new. They said, wait a minute, we've never tried out magic on Power Rangers before. Why don't we give that a go? And so they did it. And it worked. Also, I really really, really like the character development in this show. And I especially really, really liked Nick's chemistry with that one. I can't remember what the girl's name was. But yeah, great show. Let's move on to number 3. Number 3.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rangers in space.
So, number 3 is Power Rangers in Space. Now, this should not come as a surprise to anybody who is familiar with Power Rangers, because, you see, this is mostly known amongst the greatest seasons by fans. It was also originally intended to be the final season, because you see ratings were really bad after Power Rangers Turbo, but because it was so good they decided to continue it to this date. So Power Rangers in Space, there was so much great about it, mostly Astronema. I loved Astronema, the way they did Astronema and Andros, and especially I loved the ending, the final episode with Zordon, where he asks the Red Ranger to shatter his energy tube. That was beautiful, great scene. So yeah, amazing show.
Number 2.
After 10,000 years, I'm free! It's time to conquer Earth!
Alpha, Rita's escape. Recruit a team of teenagers with attitudes.
Surprise! It's Mighty Morphin Power Rangers! Yeah, not really a surprise. Yeah, you guys aren't surprised. Or at least you shouldn't be surprised, because it's the original. Are you really that surprised that it's that high up on the list? Really? Really? I mean, yes, I know it's campy and it really hasn't aged that well, but the character developments and the plots are still fun, and I still enjoy them to this date. And yes, I know the dialogue and acting could be a bit, weak at points, but still, for the 90s, it is kind of enjoyable, especially looking at it now. Now, before you guys say, well, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was 3 seasons, I know. But for the sake of time, I am going to count it as all 3 seasons as just 1 season. Okay? Okay, let's move on to number 1. Stay tuned for part 3 when I reveal my number 1 Best Power Rangers season choice.